I am so pleased to introduce our keynote speaker now, retired Army Corporal Kris and his Service Dog Fowler, for all the golfers in the room, named after Ricky Fowler, who won the 2015 Players. We love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow warriors, this evening I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude as I share with you a glimpse into my roller coaster of a journey filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of unbearable darkness. Times when I felt isolated, misunderstood, and overwhelmed by my own thoughts and emotions. Until K9s For Warriors and my beloved Fowler came into my life like a beacon of light, illuminating the path towards healing and peace. This tale is not just about heroism, perseverance, or finding laughter in unexpected places. It's also about unwavering companionship and a four-legged friend. I want to rewind back to my high school days here in sunny Florida. Picture a young man with a football in one hand, National Honor Society badge in the other, and dreams of college football glory. Life was looking like a clear open field, but as fate would have it, life threw me a curveball when my mom was diagnosed with a rare form of multiple sclerosis. A diagnosis that also led me to put my football dreams on hold. The doctors gave her 3 months to live, but clearly they had never met a woman with her tenacity. She hung on, She hung on with the stubbornness of a bulldog, a trait that I later found in Fowler too. Fast forward a bit, and there I was, 19 years old, back at home, trying to make sense of textbooks and community college. Let's just say my knack for academia wasn't really translating that well with everything going on. I found myself flunking out. It was a humbling pie to eat, especially for someone who was just not used to this. I was lost, but I knew that my beautiful mother did not want me to just pause life, waiting there for her to pass away. Seeking some sort of direction, I turned to the military. The recruiter's expression was priceless when I insisted on becoming a military police officer. A childhood dream of being a police officer fueled by my belief that it was the closest thing to being a real-life superhero. I thought this was the best of both worlds. After completing the ASVAB, which is the test that you need to complete before joining the military, and announcing my enlistment to the military in a very dramatic Thanksgiving dinner in 2008, which, by the way, added a whole new flavor to the turkey, I was off to basic training in January. Fort Stewart was my first duty station. It didn't take long for me to realize that my unit was prepping for Iraq. When I arrived at in-processing, they told me that that unit was already starting to prep for their deployment. A few months later, December 30th, 2009, I was en route to the Middle East. Iraq was a chapter straight out of a suspense novel. The heat was more intense than the Florida summers, and the situations were more complex than that Thanksgiving family gathering. As a lead gunner, I was living a script that Hollywood wouldn't even dare to write. Too intense, too real. I saw a lot of things that I wish I didn't see at such a young age. Things to this day that I still really haven't found the words for. As a lead gunner in my squad, we completed many missions. Missions that I had to contemplate if a person was trying to harm us or literally just needed help for their child. Almost nightly, we were abruptly woken by alarms. Incoming, incoming, incoming. People screaming, us racing out of our cots and into the bunkers. Moments that I not once realized would affect me for the rest of my life. Returning to civilian life was like a cat trying to walk on two legs, awkward and a bit embarrassing. I decided I was going to go back to school. My passion for helping people still at the forefront. I received my bachelor's degree in social work in 2015 from the University of Central Florida, and my master's in social work in 2016 from the University of Central Florida. You might think that at that time I had my life all together, but it was during that time that I noticed some things just weren't quite right. As a veteran of the Iraq War, I experienced the traumas of combat, the loss of comrades, the challenges of readjusting to civilian life after returning home. These experiences left me grappling with the invisible wounds that not only affected my mental health, but also made it difficult for me to engage in everyday activities. I was just fulfilling every moment of my time so that I didn't have time to let my mind wander. I tinfoiled the windows inside my 2-bedroom apartment. The excuse was just to keep the light out, but in reality, it was me shutting everybody out of my life. I never even left my room. That's when the idea of a service dog came to play. Inspired by a friend's dog who was so well behaved, I swear he could have been a decent accountant. I immediately saw the impact, and I knew that I wanted to get back to the old me, the fun, the joking, laughing, smiling me. It's through this generous journey, seeking mental health support, that I found solace in the form of a service dog from K9s For Warriors. The day I arrived at K9s For Warriors, May 8th, 2016. What you guys might not know is that was also Mother's Day. It was also the day that I met the great Sherry Duvall. That evening, she told me, everyone around here just calls me Mom. I went back to my room, shedding tear after tear, because I knew it was just meant to be. I knew that my mom was right there with me as well. Enter the scene, the indomitable Fowler. Despite the application process for K9s For Warriors being longer than a list of New Year's resolutions that you know you're never gonna keep. See, he even got excited on that one. Yeah. When I met Fowler, it all made sense. If there was such a thing as a soulmate on 4 legs, Fowler was it. Training with Fowler was more entertaining than a sitcom. Picture a dog so devoted that he forgets basic physics, like the existence of water. Fowler walks straight into the pool while adorningly gazing up at me. And if that's not a sign of true love, I don't know what is. I had finally gotten back the bout of buddy that I was missing since leaving the service. With Fowler, I realized almost instantly that I was finally going to be okay. I was no longer alone. Fowler's not just a service dog. He's the light at the end of a very dark tunnel. He's the alarm clock that I never knew that I needed. He's my personal therapist and the personal excuse to leave those awkward parties if Fowler needs me. At work, he's a bigger celebrity than most Instagram influencers. He struts around as if he owns the place, and between us, I honestly think that he does. With Fowler and K9s For Warriors, I found my way back. I'm medication-free. I'm medication-free, a licensed clinical social worker at the VA, and a guy who's often outwitted by his dog. Fowler brought back laughter into my life, just in the simplest moments, like his sheer bewilderment at his own reflection or his over-top excitement about going to work as he's bucking like a bull. Fowler's not just a service dog. He's family. He's my right-hand man. He's the one that's there whether I'm laughing or crying. The dog who looks at me as if I'm the greatest hero, even when I feel like anything but. He's been more than a companion. He's been my bridge back to life, to joy, and to purpose. As each and every team embarks on their new chapter with their service dog, we should be reminded of the resilience of that human spirit and the incredible impact and compassion and support that can be on someone's life. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone here, to all the supporters, to K9s For Warriors for their unwavering commitment to serving veterans, and most importantly, to this guy, Fowler. You've all played a part in this incredible journey of recovery, of resilience, and in my new laughter. Fowler and I are more than just a man and a service dog. We are a team, a living testament to the power of companionship, and the reminder that even in the toughest battles, you're never truly alone. I invite you all in joining me in celebrating the incredible impact that K9s For Warriors and the immeasurable difference they make in the lives of those struggling with mental health. Let us raise our voices in gratitude and solidarity as we honor the remarkable bond between humans and their service dogs, recognizing the profound impact they have on our collective journey toward healing and well-being, and the nearly 1,000 veteran lives that are forever changed because of K9s For Warriors and their service dogs. Thank you.